Hello, Cleveland, and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute TA for the day. I hope it's been a great week for you. Second week of the year. Hope you're sticking to your resolutions. Hope that everything is going the way that you've planned for it to go so far. I hope that the rest of the year is good for you. And I hope that you make lots and lots of money. All right, let's get into the charts. As we can see from yesterday, when we made our video sometime around here, we were talking about how the price action had broken up over the 200, over this local resistance, and over that 94, and how we wanted to see it come up over this next local resistance, which it did. And now that it's broken up over that local resistance, it's now finding itself butting up right to our major resistance of 99.6. Now, we talked about this yesterday. We even drew this head and shoulders pattern, this predictive head and shoulders pattern that could be playing out as we speak. Right now, we are seeing the bulls finding a little bit of resistance here at 99.6. You can see it here on the 90-minute chart, 99.6 resistance. Look at that. Just like I said. So what's happening from here? Well, from here, what most likely will happen is a bit of a retrace. Why will there be a retrace? Well, there's usually a retrace. But also, if we take a quick peek at the lower time scales, like the 22, we'll notice that there are actually some bearish divs forming here on the 22-minute. Between here, where price action is putting in much higher highs, and here, where price action is putting in a lower high, or I'm sorry, not price action, but RSI is putting in a lower high. Now, this is a bearish div. Will that bearish div play out? Possibly. That's on the 22-minute chart. So that should tell us where the 90-minute chart's going. Where's the 90-minute chart going? Well, it's probably going to retrace. How far down? Let's do a fib retracement. How far up has it come? Well, we can move it from this move to see a little retrace. If it does just a little retrace, well, coming back down to about 97.8. However, if this retrace does go even further from, like, our bottom from this rally, this little push up, well, then we're looking at some lower numbers. The 618 being down here at 94.2-ish, and the 786 being down here at 92.7-ish. So let's see if this retracement happens. If it does, well, then where are we looking to see it come? Well, we would hope that it stops somewhere right around that 97.8 level, finding support from our local support level. And if not, well, then keep watching, because it'll probably find a little support here at 96.6, bounce up, form a little head and shoulders, and then continue downwards back down to about here, most likely at the 618 retracement level, which is very close to the 94K major support level. That's what I think is happening. However, I could definitely be wrong. The bulls could definitely find some strength. However, like I was saying, that divergence here on the 22-minute chart is definitely there. And not only is it there on the 22-minute chart, but if we go down to the 5-minute chart, we can also see some divergences forming between this here, down here, tighter divergence between these two peaks here, upwards movement on price action with downwards movement on RSI. So yeah, we're looking at the lower time frames are suggesting that there will be a retrace down. How far down? Well, if it's just the minimum one, like we were just talking about, 97.8 down to this support level. However, if that fails, then we'll most likely be either forming a little head and shoulders here and bringing it even further down, or just crashing further down back to the 94K support level. Test that as support once again. Back to the 6-hour chart, we can see that head and shoulders here is definitely, there. If the bulls cannot break over that 99.6 level today, then that head and shoulders pattern is going to play out. We're going to see it start off with that retracement we've been talking about. That'll form the right shoulder, and then we have to look down to those downward moves near 85 and possibly even lower down to about 79. However, we are still watching for the bulls to break out. Can they break out over 99.6? If so, great. If not, watch for the downsides. If they do break out there, though, then we still got to get up and over this 102.7, 102.5 level in order to actually invalidate this bearish flag that we've been in for a long time now, almost a full month. But if that 102 level can be broken, that flag will be invalidated. And not only will that flag be invalidated, I'm going to get rid of the head and shoulders, the same head and shoulders here on the daily. I'm just going to get rid of that because we can also see what looks like a double bottom, possibly a triple bottom forming here on the daily. So what would that look like? That would look like this as a double bottom, one, and this would be the second one, and then we'd come back up. If it was a triple bottom, however, it would look more like this. You can see it come down. It forms a first bottom, then it forms a second bottom, then it forms a third bottom, and then it comes up. Either way, the play out for that is back up to that 108 all-time high level. So let's watch for the bears to break, or the bulls to break 99.6 today. If they can, well, then we're watching for 108. Well, then we're watching for 102 to break to get us out of that bear flag. And if we can get out of that bear flag and this downward trend, because the 102 would break us out of that downward trend as well by putting in a higher high here on the 6 hour, as well as here on the daily. However, without that happening, 108's not on the table. In fact, if the 96 can't break, like we've just talked about, not only is that 108 not off the table, that 102 is off the table, and we're still putting in a lower high on the daily, which is signaling to me continued downside. How far down? Well, we just went over it. If the bear flag / the head and shoulders on the 6 hour chart plays out, 85. That would be the bottom of the downward trending wedge that we've been talking about forever. Upward trending, downward trending. However, if that doesn't hold there at 85, well, 79 is also on the table. Let's see where they go today. Honestly, it's either way. Like I was saying, there's going to be a bit of a retracement over the next couple of hours. The question is, how far down will it go, and will it stay over this local support? If this local support can hold, then hey, we're looking bullish still. That's putting in a higher low on the 90-minute chart, and we'll at that point we'll see another test of this 99.6 level and hopefully break it and keep moving up. But this 99.6 level, that's where our eyes are right now. If that can't break, then we're going down. If it can break, then we're going up. How far up? Well, 108, but if that 108 level breaks up, what's our next target? Our next target would take the bull flag, this big old bull flag. Oops. We'll take this big old bull flag from the daily chart here. We'll copy the flagpole. We'll move it to the breakout point. We'll do it to the bottom of the breakout point, and we see a move up to about 119,000, 120,000. So yeah, if we can get up over 99.6, get up over 102.5, and can get up over that all-time high, 3 major resistances. Major resistances. Hey, where's that 103 on here? Where's that 103? Oh, it's over right here. Yeah, but that 103, right? Also kind of a major resistance, but this 102 is just under it. But it's around the same side. So basically, you got 2 major resistances to break over, and 1 support down below us that we need to stay above. Let's see what happens. Could go either way today. Let's see who finds the strength. Volatility is super high. So that could go in either direction. This doesn't tell us which direction things are moving. This just tells us how violently things will be moving. Volatility high. Volatility high. That means that it can move violently within the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are spread out from down here at 95.3 all the way up to, where is it? It's like around here, 98.6. So that's like a 5K spread there. Here on the 6-hour chart, they're not quite as wide. 99 down to about 92. Well, no, they're quite wide. 91. So yeah, violent moves within that range, you know. Same thing here, although the volatility is not quite so high on the daily. The range is also between like 91.5 and 105. The indicators. Well, the 6-hour indicator actually looks kind of good. Actually looks pretty good. We're going to get rid of this one. That's from a different time scale. We'll leave this bullish div here. And even though it's already played out, actually, so we'll delete it. That bullish div has played out. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, okay. I guess my time is up because the music is over. Whoopsie doopsies, went a little long. That's okay. You get the gist. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, whoopsies. Let me just clear that. Add a text. Text. V-A-L-O-O-A. Valoa. That is who made the music for today. Today's music courteously provided by Valoa. Check him out on SoundCloud. He's great. Great music, great like soundscapes. You should definitely check him out on SoundCloud. Okay. You guys get the gist. We're either breaking over 99.6 and then testing 102, or we're falling down from here, you know, putting in a high or low to keep the bulls in play, or crashing back down to the bottom of this range that we've been ranging in for like a month. So let's see what happens. All right. Much love. See you later.